With the ongoing growth of our cities and municipalities, sustainable urban growth and rational use of the land are becoming more and more important, worldwide and especially in the densely populated European continent. Hence, modern contemporary land management aims at using the resource land as rationally as possible, inspiring economic development and protecting environment, and all the while ensuring locally balanced development through integrative planning approaches. These are main elements of the actual policies in urban development and land management in the European Union. In 2010, the German consortium Ambero Icon Institute was assigned by the Deutsche Gesellschaft für internationale Zusammenarbeit (GIZ) to implement the project in close cooperation with the main political partner, the Serbian Ministry of Construction, Transport and Infrastructure. Harmonization of regulations and public policies with European standards in urban development and land management is one of several important tasks along Serbia's way towards the accession to European Union.
Dieses Landmanagement-Projekt wird von der GIZ, also der Gesellschaft für internationale Zusammenarbeit, das ist eine Durchführungsorganisation, die für das Deutsche Ministerium für Entwicklungszusammenarbeit im Auftrag dieses Ministeriums arbeitet, durchgeführt. Serbien ist einer der größten Empfängerländer von Entwicklungshilfe für Deutschland, ich glaube an 5. Stelle weltweit.
How to make the best use of construction land in a city. How to make an abandoned industrial complex attractive to investors. What is the real market value of a piece of land and how to get a more stable and transparent real estate market. These are some of the issues addressed by the project's strengthening of local land management in Serbia.
Wir sind hier in Serbien seit 2010. Unsere Aufgabe ist es, das GIZ-Projekt zur Stärkung des kommunalen Landmanagements hier in Serbien durchzuführen, auszuführen. Es ist so, dass wir im Rahmen dieses Vorhabens 2 thematische Schwerpunkte haben. Es geht zum einen um die Modernisierung des Bau- und Planungswesens in Serbien, um die Anpassung an EU-Standards. Dann haben wir einen weiteren Schwerpunkt, das ist das zweite Modul innerhalb unseres Projektes. Da geht es um die Modernisierung und die Einführung neuer Managementinstrumente des Landes. Da geht es um Baulandentwicklung, Wertermittlung und dergleichen.
The project has been testing the implementation of new land management and planning instruments in 13 pilot communities in Serbia.
U pitanju su potpuno novi instrumenti koji su komplementarni postojećim tradicionalnim planovima, ali se usmeravaju na povezivanje planiranja sa dostupnim izvorima finansiranja.
Now, in the ongoing second phase of the project, experiences made on local level are being transferred to national level. Another priority in the second phase is the nationwide dissemination of the experiences, new instruments and planning approaches through education and programs. The project Strengthening of Local Land Management in Serbia has 3 main pillars of group of instruments: sustainable urban development, construction land development and real estate valuation, and geographic information systems. Sustainable urban development planning introduces new urban development instruments established in the European Union, like the Integrated Urban Development Strategy. The project promotes urban renewal and circular land management, as well as participatory and market-oriented approach to urban planning elaboration. This is based on the other German initiative, which accentuates the necessity of integrated strategies and coordinated action in urban development, the Leipzig Charter of Sustainable European Cities. Construction land development and real estate valuation introduces land reallocation as a new instrument for efficient construction land development and real estate valuation. Through geographic information systems, the project supports local communities in the implementation and further development of geographical information systems. In the area of sustainable urban development, the project has introduced the instrument of integrated urban development strategy in Kragujevac, Užice and Kraljevo. Kragujevac is Serbia's main industrial city. Kragujevac has good infrastructure and potential for development of various facilities from production to recreation. The GIZ project provided technical support for the elaboration of the integrated urban development strategy for the central city zone. This is a new instrument in Serbia. In European Union, its importance is increasing because it's a precondition for getting access to development and infrastructure funds of the European Union. All issues relevant to the development of the city center has been analyzed. Among others, quality and structure, land use, land value, and identifying the potential for increasing the density of the central city zone.
Što se grada tiče i nas koji smo sa ovog prostora, to je za nas nešto najznačajnije, usuđujemo se da kažemo da je najvažnije i za ovu državu, a veoma je važno i za Evropu. Dakle, izuzetno bitan projekat koji ćemo mi ne samo podržavati, nego koji ćemo zajednički raditi i ovako potpuno angažovani, vrlo spremni na sve što je potrebno ostvariti od ideja koje budemo dobili kroz ovaj projekt.
The final result is an agreed package of measures for the future urban development of Kragujevac city core. Based on the good and trustful cooperation in the elaboration of the integrated urban development strategy, the city of Kragujevac decided to extend the cooperation with the Ambero ICON team. Both partners agreed to start the implementation of the integrated urban development strategy and to elaborate a plan for the urban renewal of an ex-industrial zone. Užice is characterized by its specific topography in the Jetinja River Valley. The city's recent growth was mainly in suburbs. In order to reverse this trend and make the inner city area more attractive, the city of Užice has decided to put special attention on the future development of the central city zone. Ambero suggested the elaboration of an integrated urban development strategy under broad participation of the citizens and all relevant stakeholders. The renewal of deprived urban districts and neighborhoods is an important part of the contemporary European urban development policy. The projects supported Kragujevac, Niš, Kraljevo and Smederevo in the urban redevelopment of such deprived areas. After the adoption of the integrated urban development strategy, Kragujevac implemented the strategy with the elaboration of an urban development concept for the renewal of the former industrial zone Kragujevac VGZ. Due to its proximity to the city center and historical importance, redevelopment of this area is crucial for the future urban development of the city, in accordance with the Leipzig Charter.
Das ist eine Tendenz, die wir innerhalb der EU bereits in den vergangenen Jahren hatten, nämlich über die Leipzig-Charta verstärkt das Augenmerk der Stadtentwicklung auf bereits bebaute Flächen zu lenken. Und dieses Projekt in Kragujevac passt sehr gut in diesen Kontext, denn es ist eine Fläche, die sehr nah an der Innenstadt liegt, sehr nah am City-Bereich und deren Entwicklung natürlich für Kragujevac ganz, ganz wichtig wäre und auch Vorteile bringen würde, was die Stadtqualität insgesamt betrifft.
The city of Kraljevo has decided to draft a general regulation plan for the brownfield site Industrial Zone Sports Airfield. The project supported the city with a feasibility study analyzing the market and development potential of this area. A feasible urban concept was made setting the principles for future spatial development and rational land use. The project initiated the development of a building register so that potential investors can obtain crucial information on available lots, construction possibilities, utility equipment and connecting to the infrastructure network. Niš is one of the oldest urban areas in the Balkans with 2 millenniums of authentic urban history. It's a hub of land and aerial routes and one of the 3 largest cities in Serbia. The city is developing the industrial zone East Niš. The project provided technical support in the development and revitalization of the industrial zone East Niš, focusing on elaboration of a pre-feasibility study with a detailed analysis of ownership, infrastructure, and land use, as well as proposals for the further development, including the establishment of an appropriate project management structure, elaboration of an atlas of sites, and building registry as information base for potential investors.
U okviru sveukupne saradnje Nemačke i Srpske vlade, lokalna vlast je 2010. godine potpisala memorandum o izradi plana detaljne regulacije kojim bi se na sveobuhvatan i stručan način rešilo pitanje buduće upotrebe poteza elektronske industrije. U tom smislu smo se dogovorili da se formira industrijska zona, a da se u skladu sa tom namerom lokalne samouprave i Republike Srbije uradi plan detaljne regulacije.
The face of urban and spatial planning in Serbia has changed significantly in the last 15 years. During the 90s, political and economic instability made urban planning lose its status and quality. One of the main goals of the GIZ project is to disperse the prejudice against urban planning. The project aims to improve conditions for investment as well as contribute to an orderly urban development minding the social factors, environment protection and sustainability. The project has supported several Serbian cities and municipalities in the improvement of quality and process of the elaboration of urban plans: Despotovac, Kladovo, Kraljevo, Majdanpek, Smederevo and Užice. In Despotovac, the project supported the municipality in planning of a new housing area. New approaches and instruments were used to improve the quality and transparency of planning and to increase the participation of the citizens. The first step was supporting the municipality in choosing the appropriate location for the new residential area between two possible locations. The vote was based on the result of a specific location study with integrated strategic environmental impact assessment. In the following step, an urban design proposal has been elaborated in a multi-step participatory way involving both citizens and relevant public institutions. Based on this, the municipality adopted a detailed regulation plan in December 2012. Municipality of Užice is planning to develop a new business zone called Sevojno D in the eastern part of the city. The area, covering 32 hectares, is mainly agricultural land. The proximity of industrial area is a strategic advantage for future development. The focus of the project was promoting land reallocation as a new land management instrument. Through its use, the structure of existing cadastral parcels can be modified with a future land use concept in mind, balancing the interests of different landowners. An urban design concept for the site has been elaborated with the first step of project implementation. The urban design concept should be the base for the detailed regulation plan and provides a proposal for the future land use and urban structure of the site. The urban design proposal was presented in 2012. Based on that, both partners, the city and the project, decided to elaborate a land reallocation plan as a base for the implementation of the urban design proposal. At the end of 2012, a draft for the first construction phase was presented to the project working group. The GIZ project has introduced a lot of different contemporary participation methods. On national level, the project established workshops as platforms for professional exchange and dissemination of results. Series of workshops entitled Urban Laboratory and the Round Table of Real Estate Valuation have attracted great interest and have been an important platform for the discussion of the new instruments with all relevant professional institutions, associations, and universities. The achieved results are encouraging in terms of the possibility to improve the quality of urban plans and to provide the democratization of the planning process in existing circumstances in Serbia.
Ovo je za nas potpuno inovativno, potpuno drugačije. Do sad je urbanizam pomalo bio okrenut sam sebi i struci. Ovo je prvi put da i mi u struci učimo kako da druge uključimo. Ovo je bila izvanredna prilika da i građane Užica koji su za to zainteresovani upoznamo sa modalitetima kako je na savremen evropski način moguće raditi takve projekte.
80% of all administrative processes of a municipality are related to a location reference.
Es hat bereits Ende der 90er Jahre eine große europaweit angelegte Untersuchung zu den Geschäftsprozessen in Kommunalverwaltung und in staatlichen Verwaltungen gegeben. Und man hat unter anderem festgestellt, dass in über 80% der Fälle, wo es um Entscheidungen geht, Geoinformationen, das heißt räumliche Informationen, eine Rolle spielen. Seit dieser Untersuchung versucht man, diese geografischen Informationen zu digitalisieren und in sogenannten geografischen Informationssystemen den Sachbearbeiter am Arbeitsplatz zur Verfügung zu stellen.
A geographic information system is an important working tool for the analysis, planning, and administrative activities of municipalities. The spatial data managed and analyzed in geographic information systems can be used for presentations to politicians, interested citizens, investors, or other local stakeholders, and hence support decision-making during planning processes.
Savremeni trendovi idu u pravcu korišćenja internet brauzera umjesto nekadašnjih sistema koji su zahtevali visok nivo obuke korisnika. Sada praktično svako može da koristi grafičke prikaze preko internet brauzera i obuka za korišćenje ovakvih sistema je svedena zbilja na minimum.
The project supported the use and the further development of GIS in several Serbian cities and municipalities for different land management tasks. For example, in 2011, the project supported the small municipalities of Despotovac, Kladovo and Majdanpek in the implementation of a GIS in the municipal urban planning departments and provided training for staff members. Another example for the project activities related to GIS is the further development of the municipal GIS in Subotica. The city of Subotica was among the first cities in Serbia to introduce the municipal geographic information system. The system is constantly upgraded. The project developed a GIS-based registry and a management model for the city-owned land and property through the application of a standardized land and property valuation methods.
Private Immobilienverkehr kommt so langsam in Fahrt. Was aber fehlt, ist eine Kontinuität und insbesondere zuverlässige Informationen über die Preise von Immobilien. Diese Informationen sind aber insbesondere notwendig für die Kommunen, für die Haushaltsplanung. Sie sind also ein wesentlicher Bestandteil für die Haushaltsplanung Kommunen.
A new layer in geographic information system should be created with detailed information about a city real property and assessed value of real estate property. This information should be updated regularly in accordance with the supply and demand of the real property market. The Katastar municipality of Palić has been chosen as a test example with which the project is started.
Jedan državno uređeni sistem procene vrednosti nepokretnosti koji bi trebalo da ima određeni referentnu vrednost za sve zainteresovane. To je jedan aspekt, a drugi aspekt je naravno vrlo visok stepen transparentnosti, odnosno dostupnosti tih informacija najširem krugu korisnika, uključujući naravno i građane Republike Srbije, jer se radi u osnovu jednoj vrlo vrednoj ekonomskoj kategoriji.
In 2012, a first real estate value map for the Palić area, a city district of Subotica, has been presented. The experience from this pilot project has delivered important inputs for the discussion of national framework for land valuation in Serbia.
Wir stellen uns vor, für die Zukunft eine zentrale Datenbank, in der alle Kaufverträge von Immobilien gespeichert sind. Dafür sehen wir die RGZ, die Nationale Geodätische Behörde hier in Serbien im Vordergrund. Die haben bereits eine Datenbank, die sind technisch sehr gut aufgestellt. Das ist eine zentrale Behörde, aber ganz wesentlich mit Außenstellen in den Kommunen und über moderne Web-Services besteht dann die Möglichkeit, diese Datenbank zu bestücken und die Preise einzugeben.
All of the new instruments introduced by the project of strengthening of local land management are being implemented based on a bottom-up approach. They are thoroughly tested in a real environment on the local level before being analyzed and submitted to be incorporated in the Serbian legislative system. The bottom-up approach is invaluable to answer the question if new instruments are appropriate and beneficial for Serbia and how they should be incorporated. Moreover, the joint implementation of pilot projects together with partners serves as capacity building on local level and strengthens the community. Key elements of all project activities on both national and local level are workshops as platform for information exchange and capacity development. The project communicated to broad audience from students to professional peers to government ministers.
Ono što su iskustva stečena kroz realizaciju projekata na lokalnom nivou, da se prenese i kroz profesionalno udruženje, kroz naučnu zajednicu, fakultete i na kraju ministarstvo kao resorno.
Lectures, seminars, education trips, discussions, roundtables are some activities which are invaluable for all stakeholders.
Direkcija za urbanizam je iz ovog projekta stekla veliko iskustvo, što samim radom sa firmama iz Nemačke koje su bile uključene na projekat, što kroz studijska putovanja i posjetu Republici Nemačkoj.
A huge number of local and international experts communicated on these projects, so pilot projects also served as tool for capacity building of professional institutions.
Srpski gradovi i opštine i ljudi koji se bave ovim poslovima imaju veliko iskustvo, ali iskustvo koje traži da se unapredi nekim novim praksama koje je moguće upoznati kroz jedan ovakav projekat. Mislimo da je to najbolji put da se dođe do pravih rešenja.
The professional community and its peers have recognized the efforts of the GIZ project implemented by Umbro Icon and its partners. Several awards reflect the acceptance the project has gained. The results shown are those of a real German-Serbian partnership. The bottom-up approach has proven its worth. Many of the change processes initiated and accompanied by the project needed long-term perspective for further development in order to find their firm anchoring in the local planning practice. The project is ready to join this process until the end of 2015.